Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bug and I'm coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're continuing our career. This might be the final run for this particular load. It may not. This is going to be an as-we-go kind of deal. Um, I'm still stuffed up from my allergies pretty badly, and on top of that today, for where I live, is a very cold day. One sec. I'm actually sitting here with a jacket on. As I record this, my hands actually feel a little cold. Getting thin but warm gloves, getting gloves, period, in Hawaii is damn near impossible. Um, we've had like about 2 weeks of miserable, terrible rain. Rain's good, don't get me wrong, but after 2 weeks of just drizzles and on and off showers, it gets a little wearisome. Now, I know it's not blizzards, but I'm going to be straight with you. As somebody that came from Massachusetts, I'd rather deal with snow than deal with just endless rain. Uh, because at least you can have more fun in the snow. Um, and yesterday was sunny. I thought, great, things are going back to being a little sunny, a little warmer. And then today, just overcast, really cold again, and just endless rain all day. So it's not the best of days, and you combine that with everything else, and it makes for a fairly miserable day, if I'm going to be honest with you. But it's not all terrible, obviously, just not a lot of fun either. Lights on, please. No, I didn't see that car. Fortunately, nothing bad came of it. I honestly thought the road was clear there. I kind of feel like a jerk for pulling out like that. So, like I said, I've ordered new headphones. I don't know when they're going to get here for sure. For whatever reason, it says they're not shipping until the 16th, even though they're in stock at Amazon. And I called and I tried to get some information of, why is this going to take so long to get here? And, well, that was kind of a pointless endeavor. So they were like, well, you order it, and if it's in stock and this and that. I'm like, but it is in stock. It says in stock. And the order is fulfilled by Amazon. But, whatever the case may be. I also ended up digging a little deeper into my Visa card. I know that goes against what I said, but for me, this is a good reason. Um, the way I see it. Can we slow down? Am I going downhill and just don't know it? There we go. Oops. Wrong button again. Yeah, we're going downhill. We'll just leave it here for now. We'll try and let the truck control itself. So, what ended up happening is my nephew, his headset, which he's had for about 2 years, I bought him for Christmas a couple years ago. Sadie's, I think that's how you pronounce it. A Sadie's headset. Came from China, but they've done really well for about 2 years now, 2.5 years. So the microphone on them finally just has given way. Even the earphones are still good, but the microphone's gone. Now, as a gamer, and anyone out there who is a gamer, you probably understand how important a microphone can be when you play almost exclusively online. It can be extremely, more than extremely important. You can deal with an ear cuff being out and having only sound in one ear in many circumstances, but not being able to communicate with your friends and your teammates, yeah, that's something that can really, really impact your gameplay quite a bit. Yeah, okay, yeah. Kind of got the speeding idea when I saw the car on the side of the house back there. So yeah, there's that. So My wife and I are splitting a headset for him. I bought him on the Visa card, and we're each going to pay $30. I bought him the Razer Krakens. Mid-tier headphones, from what I understand. Really good. Not the most expensive like the Tiamat or the old Megalodons like I have, but a really good headset. A lot of people recommend. And if I had to pick a brand that my nephew was more a fan of than others, it would be Razer. So that's why I went with Razer with him. I'm still getting the HyperCloud X2 for myself. And then, like I said, I'm getting new ear cuffs for my Megalodons. And they're eventually going to go to my wife. I have a feeling that when I go to give them to my wife, she's going to tell him to give them to my nephew till his headphones show up. Very possible. And then when his headphones get here, he's going to tell, then my wife will take the Megalodons. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because the headphones have already been shipped. I already got the confirmation. They're going to be here by the time my other headphones, both sets that I've ordered, have shipped. Which is funny. So, there is that. Going through more home issues again. More problems with my mother-in-law and my wife having to have a visiting nurse come and change my wife's stuff. This is what my mother-in-law said, and I want you to listen to this. Your nurse can come anytime, Joy. Anytime. But just not on my time. Well, what is your time? What is your time? You're here all day. You don't go anywhere. You don't do anything other than occasionally take the niece to baseball and pick her up from school. So the only time that actually isn't your time is the time that you go to pick her up. It's not any time. She's told us, you got to tell the nurse to come this time. You got to tell him to come this time. That's not any time. That's a very specific time. And you can control when the nurse comes. You can control it. You can tell them, no, she can't. The nurses are doing the best they can to come in the time that they're asked. But they're visiting nurses. They drive. They travel. They get there when they can because there's no telling what they're going to run into. There's no telling what they're going to run into. They could be dealing with a client and something comes up. They could be dealing with traffic. They could have an emergency come up and they have to go there first. It's ridiculous. It's gotten so bad. I may have mentioned this before, but it's gotten so bad that the nurses have actually had to contact her podiatrist, her foot doctor, and tell them that they're having problems and that they're having to dance around the mother in order to be able to get there and take care of my wife's foot. And that they're doing that to cover themselves, basically saying if there's ever a point where we can't do what we need to do, this is most likely the reason, because the mother won't allow us to be there outside of certain times. And this is how bad it's gotten. My sister-in-law, my wife's sister, her and her husband have friends over. They take the TV from the living room, run wires across the living room like a freaking guillotine trap outside, so that when you pass through the living room, man, you gotta duck. Okay? Or you just clothesline yourself. Forcing basically my mother-in-law to go into their room and watch TV so that they and their friends can sit outside and watch a fucking pay-per-view boxing match. It's ridiculous. I don't want to sniff, but I really don't have a good time to mute my mic out here unless I pause the game. I don't know, man. I'm telling you. Things just don't add up. It's okay that they do that to my mother-in-law, but a visiting professional nurse can't come over for 1 hour to change the dressing on a foot. My mother-in-law is so ignorant and so stubborn. It's unbelievable. There's that old joke, now I know where my wife gets, except my wife's not that bad. Yes, she can be stubborn, but for crying out loud, at least she'll listen to reason. I mean, it really got to the point where my wife has basically said, you know what, I've had enough. My mother-in-law has basically had free reign, free use of our car since we've owned it. She's been able to go where she wants, when she wants, and my wife and I schedule our time around her. When we go shopping and when we go places, we make sure that we're back when we need to be so that she can go and do the things that she needs to be done, or we don't leave until she comes back. Well, that's at an end. From now on, our car is only to be used for my niece. Getting her to and from baseball, doctor's appointments, picking her up, or taking her to school. That's it. No more store runs, no more going to the doctors, no more whatever. No more going, hey, you want to go to the park? You're not taking our car. That's just how it is. From now on, if she's got stuff she wants to get done, she has to take my sister-in-law, her other daughter, and her husband to work, bring their car home, and then do what she wants on their car and put up with them when they start getting grumpy and grouchy and upset about it. Because there'll come times it's like they'll just want to go and do things. They'll want to go to a friend's house and drink and party. They'll want to go for a night somewhere, or they'll want to go for a weekend for a softball tournament in Hana. So they'll be gone for the weekend. I can see those issues coming up, man. It's happened before, and she needs to be retaught what it's like to have to live through them instead of basically having free reign on us, 90% of the miles on our car right now, my wife and myself, our car, 90% of the miles that have been put on there in the year and a half or so that we've had it have come from my mother-in-law. And that's not a joke or exaggeration. My wife and I, we drive like 3 or 4 days total. With my mother-in-law, I'd be using it every day for various things. Every day. Well, almost every day. Sometimes the weekends it actually gets to sit in the yard and do nothing. So that's just how it is now, You're basically going to learn what it was like to deal with her other daughter. Honestly, we're considering moving out. We're considering leaving. In order to do that, we're going to have to get HUD, and I don't know if it's possible, because HUD has this things like, well, you have a place to live, you're paying the rent there, so you don't need HUD. It's kind of like we're living at a relative's house, but we need our own house. So I don't know if it's possible or not. I don't know. It's really frustrating. Basically once the nurse doesn't have to come anymore, things go back to a semi-status quo, but for me it's kind of like already too late. I'm already off the edge right now on how things are. Yeah, I'm taking these corners a little more seriously because I know how sharp these are. It's painfully obvious. But much like I said, we're not having a lot of issue in terms of the rise and falls because we have that very small, very lightweight trailer being towed behind a 750 horsepower engine. So 3,500 Newton meters in terms of torque. Very powerful. Yeah. Shut up. I know. Very, very powerful truck. By the rate we're going, this is probably going to be the end of this run. This particular run here is just going to finish it off because we've handled this a lot easier than I thought we would. I mean, I knew it was going to be easy, but not this easy. You know what I'm saying? We're making some pretty awesome time right now. More sharp, more sharp corner coming, but not a huge deal, if I'm to be honest. He is. I thought he had an empty trailer. Speeding? I'm down to 40. How am I speeding? And something like that ahead there, the empty trailer, no container on it, makes no sense to me. And the reason it makes no sense to me is because I don't ever see that happening on the road. I've only ever seen it one time, and that's here on Maui, and that's because it's being used for a training truck. There's a guy or a company or something out here that does Class A license training, and he uses an empty trailer frame for training purposes rather than a full-blown trailer. So these are some serious corners. Feeling a little warmer now that I've got the jacket on. This jacket's very warm, and ironically, my mother-in-law got it for me for Christmas. And I'm very grateful for that, don't get me wrong. But I almost feel like there are days I just want to walk out and hand it back to her and say no thanks. I'd rather wear my old jacket or my sweatshirt. But there's that part of me that comes through, that logic part of me that's still able to eat through my anger and, quite honestly, in many cases, disgust at the situation right now, and go, that may be a little bit too far. That may be taking it just a tad too far. So I haven't done that, but you better believe that there are times I want to. I just want to give her back the hat that she got me 2 Christmases ago, and give her back this jacket and go, you know what? You can donate these or whatever. I don't want them anymore. I don't want anything from somebody who, in short, rejects her daughter over some fake privacy bullshit for 2 hours out of an entire week. Okay, white. We should be good to just cross. I've been pretty content to follow this truck, surprisingly. Maybe because I know it gives me more time to talk, and today's is kind of an off-the-chest day, you know? It helps me a little bit to get this stuff off my chest. You know, and just to add kind of like insult to injury, now that I have an opportunity to pass them, I'm going to try and take it. Well, that opportunity didn't last. It's alright. Might have another chance up here. And we have better momentum here anyways. Okay, yes, there's a stop sign and a stoplight and a speed limit, but still, we did it. Trying to keep my speed, you know. I'm doing a little bit more to try and avoid speeding tickets. Oh yeah, I was gonna say other things I've got on my mind now. It's like my mother's called and her situation's gone from good to, well, quite honestly, bad. You know, if I'm to be 100% honest, she is looking to move again, and there's no idea how she's going to be able to pull it off. The person that she's living with, she's had problems with now. Again, her oldest dog is not doing well. He's having severe arthritis problems in his legs, and that's really got her upset. You know, there's just all this stuff going on with her. And it's like, as if I don't have enough going on where I live, now I have to worry about something 6,000 miles away that I can't get to. I really wish I could lose this weight. I mean, I know there's no easy way to do it, so I'm not like sitting here saying I wish I could lose this weight easy. I just wish I could lose it. Because at least in that way, if there was an emergency back with my mother, I could like possibly fly out there and deal with it and then be able to fly back at some point. Because where I am now, I'd have to buy 2 seats. You know, and I've talked about that before. I don't blame an airline for charging me 2 seats. Planes are not trains, they're not buses. They do have a delicate weight balance. And one single person as heavy as me can, you know, it's not like that delicate. I'm going to get on the plane and the plane's not going to fly. Not a big plane, but it does add up. You know, that's why airlines also limit how heavy luggage is supposed to be, yeah? So you're dealing with that. And then when you get into the cabin itself, it's not fair to whoever I sit next to have to sit next to me because of how big I am, and the airlines, their seats are only so big. I don't expect them, to be honest with you, to make the seating area bigger to accommodate me. I'm far larger than the average person should be. It's just that, you know, I can't afford 2 seats. And I have no one but myself to blame for that. So, a lot of bullshit on my mind right now. It's days like this I wish I had a job. And be straight with you. I wish I was still driving. I wish I was still doing tours. I wouldn't even care if I was working in a kitchen right now. I just really wish I could go and do, because at least I'd be able to get out of the house on a regular basis. I know how my wife feels, that trapped feeling right now. Normally I'm cool, with being in a single room, in a single place, because that's how I lived a lot. As long as I have my video games, I'm fine. But it hasn't... Ooh. Sorry. That was very stupid of me. But it hasn't been that way lately. I've really kind of been feeling that I really wish I could get out of this house kind of feeling. What is that, an Iveco fire truck? It's cool looking, whatever it is. Maybe an all-terrain. Anyways, we did make it to our delivery area without much issue. So that's always nice. And while I kind of been belly aching going on, I've kind of been ignoring the scenery around, which, although due to some graphic settings and, just the mod in general, may not look as pretty as it could, it still looks honestly quite beautiful. Because basically we're in the mountains. We could be on a mountaintop or in a mountain valley somewhere. Very pretty when the sun came up. I've been ignoring that. And that's kind of a shame, if I'm going to be honest with you. Alright, so this theoretically should be a very easy back in, but I know I'm going to struggle with it because of it being a short trailer. I struggle pretty much with any trailer, but short trailers, because I tend to take big trailers so often. Oops. Short trailers tend to give me a little more difficulty because the shorter the trailer, the more the movement. So you have to be very, very subtle with them. It's very easy to oversteer what you're aiming for. Yeah, not bad. Good work means there's damage. 2%. Well, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'll take the 2% damage. That's fine. Let's not bang into the trailer as we're moving away. Alright, so before I go and rest and do all the things I'm going to do in this video, I want to get these 2 question marks. One has to be a dealership and the other has to be a recruitment agency. Me and my big mouth. Is that a volcano active over there that I saw? It looks like it. The smoke rising there. That's a cool looking truck. I have no idea what you'd use it for. I mean, it kind of looks like a giant... I have no clue what that truck would be used for. I think it's obviously made to symbolize this junkyard here. But still. Great. We got a car turning left, so we got to wait till the traffic gets all the way out of the way before he can. Yeah, so we're not going to make this light either. Lovely. Whatever. But I just don't get the barrel with the pipes. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. Oh no, it wasn't a volcano. Yeah, there's a recruitment agency. It's a factory. I think it's the first time I've noticed the smoke on the factory. And a Volvo dealership. I was kind of hoping it would be a DAF, but, yeah, well. Such is the case. Actually, we want to go this way. Because the garage is here. Now, before I repair, let's just see what our new upgrades are. A couple new bull bars, or one new bull bar, new tires. Not a big deal. We just want to service the truck. That's done. Now, we want to do truck dealers. DAF. Now, sadly, there's no DAF where we are. So, we get two dealerships. We could visit the selected dealer, means we actually physically go there, or we could just buy online. The thing is, we buy online, whatever garage we put it in, when we go to drive it, that's where we're going to start from. So, I'm just going to actually travel to the dealer. It's not the one I want. This is customize. Cabin is the best cabin. Chassis. I want the 6x4 mid-lift. I could go with that one, but I think this one. Engine. Yeah, the 510's the most powerful. I may have to mod something in if I'm going to keep driving this. We want the Tronic. The interior... That's the exclusive. Yeah, the standard looks better. Honestly, the standard looks better. Paint. Yeah, we'll just leave it. Modifications. Put some lights up there. Which bar looks good on it? See, how about thunder? How about we do thunder on this one? And then we'll do the large lights up top. That. Visor. I've always been a fan of this visor. Don't like this mirror. I just prefer the paint over the chrome or anything else. Again, paint. Our bull bar looks a little ridiculous, I think. I don't know, I like the Joker, if I'm to be honest. I gotta probably do some modding in here now. I think the straight bar is fine. Tires. Why don't we do these alloy visions? Because they don't match with anything else. Fine, we'll do Eastern Eagle. We're definitely going to be looking for some tires, though. I'll tell you that right now. So that's about all we can do with this for now. What do you mean I don't have any space left in my garages? Are you shitting me? Oh no, I don't. Well, fuck. I thought I had room. Customize. I'm not going to be able to do as much customization, but engine, transmission, standard interior. I don't care about the paint. I do want to put a space on it. I do want to put this with thunder. And the lights. Wrong lights. Those lights. We'll leave the tires, we'll leave the visor, get rid of the mirror. I don't know if I can afford. We're already up to 213. Well, we're going to be pretty broke, but I'm doing it nonetheless. And this will go to our garage, where I don't even think we have a driver. And I don't have the money. Well, yeah, actually I do. Oh, hire a driver. So we get some 1.7s, huh? This is looking like the best one right here. Now we're really broke. Really broke. Damn, dude, what happened to your head? Boop. But we should still... No, I don't want a recruitment agency. I want, company manager, driver manager. You're focused on balance. You're still focused on long distance, and you focus on long distance. Good. Good. Not great, but good. All right. Let's check our freight market. Wood shavings. Definitely a long trip. All road. Yeah, all road. 3,000 miles of road. Timber has a ferry in it. I'm just seeing what other ones there are, even if they don't pay as much. It's all logs and timber and wood shavings, and we are in... Fine, we'll take the wood shavings. Actually, I may still have to... Yeah, I have to rest first. I like the sound. I don't like the sudden frame rate not working. Oh, I don't need to repair. I need to rest. That's what I'm doing. Alright. Already our axle's not up. It needs to be. Oh, cool. Driver income picked us right back up to 20,000. Okay, so we're good. So we got to make sure that the freight market is still the same, or if it's changed while we rested. It's changed, which is cool. I got no problem with that. So that's a ferry run, and that's a ferry run. That's a ferry run into England. That's just a straight drive. Trail I haven't taken, 13 tons. The sawdust panel's 49 tons, really? 70,000 versus 85. That's a 15,000 difference. This ferry run's only going to cost about 2. But where does it go? I'm trying to move the map, and it won't let me. Have we been there? Yes, we have. We've been to Kavala. So what about the sawdust panels? Ceres. We've been to Ceres. Timber goes into England to Birmingham. We haven't been to Birmingham. And the crane goes to here. So it's 82,000 versus... No. 72,000 versus 70,000. So 2,000 euro difference in the runs. This is not going to be 2,000, but I won't have to go into London. So this is going to be our load here. Alright, folks. So you may be wondering why I have taken a 750 horsepower, 3,500 Newton meter powerhouse Volvo and changed it out for a 510 horsepower DAF Euro 6. Well, I've kind of been shirking my responsibilities for a long time. For a while, I was doing the low-end beginner trucks and then the high-end trucks, how they, how your favorite trucks later on pan out. And where there haven't been any low beginning starting trucks, like there's no new companies, there has been a lot of new high-end trucks put in. The DAF Euro. I don't think I ever did the Iveco Highway. The Scania Streamline. I got to go and check for all the different trucks that I haven't done high, and that's kind of my goal. Is I'm going to buy these trucks and I'm going to review them on a trip. Now, I used to do them in just one small single trip. This is going to be, I'm going to take part of my video and make it a review about the truck. And the first truck I'm going to review and add on to these things, which are linked into Reddit, in the truck sim Reddit. I have a permanent link for, it's been there. And hopefully stays there. It's been there for a long time. Hopefully stays there. I'm going to update it now with the newer trucks. All the information for the old trucks still apply. Even though the game's been updated, the trucks are still the same. But we're looking to update everything. I'm looking to update everything and get the Scania Streamline, the DAF Euro 6, even the big Volvo, which I just put away. I don't think I've done. So I'm going to go back to that. But I want to start with the DAF. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so that's going to be me done for this episode, folks. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Make sure to tune in to the next episode where I will go over the DAF Euro 6 here. Until then, though, this is going to be one big bugger. I'm going to be signing out. I'll see you next time.